Bringing up Bates. Zach Bates hints at multiple pregnancies. It seems there may be some confusion or a mix-up in your request. If you're asking for a 2,000-word article or analysis about bringing up Bates and the possibility of Zach Bates hinting at multiple pregnancies, we can absolutely craft that, but it would require clarifying whether this is based on recent rumors, interviews, or developments from the show. However, if you're requesting an article without any kind of scene direction or script format, and instead want a straightforward informational or speculative piece, then here's how we could proceed. Fans of the popular reality TV series Bringing Up Bates have long followed the lives of Gil and Kelly Jo Bates and their 19 children. Among the most recognizable of the Bates siblings is Zach Bates, who has become a fan favorite due to his charismatic personality, strong faith, and humorous take on life as one of the older siblings in a massive family. In recent months, whispers have circulated online suggesting that Zach might be dropping hints about something new on the horizon, specifically the possibility of multiple pregnancies. While no official announcements have been made, fans are eager to piece together what these clues might mean. This article dives into Zach's public comments, social media activity, and past behavior to explore what might really be going on, and why the idea of multiple pregnancies has sparked so much speculation among fans of the show. Since Bringing Up Bates ended its run on UPtv, many of the Bates siblings have continued to build their personal brands, careers, and families. Zach, known for his comedic timing and candid nature, has remained active on social media, where he often shares updates about his life, faith, and interactions with his large family. He has previously expressed interest in eventually starting his own family, though he's also been open about taking things one step at a time. This has led fans to closely monitor any changes in his personal life, especially when it comes to relationships or future plans. The phrase multiple pregnancies has appeared in various online forums and comment sections, typically referencing vague statements Zach may have made during live streams, podcast appearances, or Instagram stories. However, upon closer inspection, there appears to be no concrete evidence that Zach himself directly used those exact words. Instead, what likely happened was a misinterpretation or exaggeration of a more general comment, such as him joking about helping with many nieces and nephews, or making a lighthearted remark about the size of his future family. That said, Zach has been part of a very large family and has often joked about being accustomed to chaos, babies, and sibling dynamics. He even helped raise several younger siblings during his teenage years, which may explain why fans sometimes associate him with pregnancy-related topics, even if indirectly. One reason fans are so quick to speculate about Zach's personal life is because of the intense scrutiny that comes with being a reality TV star. For over a decade, viewers were given unprecedented access to the inner workings of the Bates household, including births, breakups, career moves, and spiritual journeys. Even after the show ended, many fans continue to follow the Bates siblings closely. Any change in tone, appearance, or content style can spark theories and speculation. In the case of Zach, his humor and tendency to make light-hearted jokes may sometimes be misinterpreted as real-life news. Additionally, the fact that several Bates siblings have started their own families recently, such as Max and Alyssa, Tori and Tanner, makes fans naturally curious about when others like Zach might follow suit. As of now, there is no publicly confirmed romantic partner in Zach's life. He has been relatively private about his dating life, which is in contrast to some of his siblings who have shared more details about their relationships on social media. Still, fans remain hopeful that Zach will eventually find someone special and share that journey with them. His openness about values like faith, commitment, and family suggests that when he does decide to settle down, it will be a meaningful and intentional step. Until then, any mention of pregnancies, even in jest, is likely to catch attention. Zach is known for his sharp sense of humor and ability to laugh at himself. In several interviews and behind-the-scenes clips, he's shown a talent for turning awkward situations into comedy. This makes it all the more plausible that any supposed hint about multiple pregnancies was just a joke taken out of context. For example, during a Q&A session with fans, he may have responded to a question about having kids by saying something like, "I'll probably end up with 5 kids before I know it," which, in the world of internet rumor-mongering, could easily morph into Zach hints at multiple pregnancies. Historically, major life events within the Bates family, such as engagements, weddings, or pregnancies, have been shared publicly and joyfully. Whether through official social media posts, interviews, or even surprise announcements on the show itself, the Bates clan tends to celebrate milestones together. If Zach were expecting a child or even planning to propose, it's likely that either he or his family would make an effort to share the news in a heartfelt way. Until that happens, fans should approach any rumors with caution. In today's digital landscape, where information spreads rapidly and often without verification, it's crucial for fans to distinguish between confirmed facts and speculative chatter. Just because a phrase like multiple pregnancies appears in a headline or caption doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate. This is especially true for former reality stars like Zach, who continue to engage with fans online but don't always have the same level of structured communication they did while filming a show. As a result, offhand remarks or inside jokes can easily be blown out of proportion. While Zach hasn't gone into great detail about his specific plans for marriage or parenthood, he has spoken in general terms about the importance of both. During a 2021 interview with a Christian lifestyle blog, he mentioned, "Growing up in such a big family, I've seen both the challenges and the blessings of having kids. It definitely shaped my view of what family means to me." He also added that while he's not in a rush to get married, he hopes to find someone who shares his values and can handle the unique dynamics of being part of the Bates family. These kinds of statements fuel fan speculation, but again, they don't confirm anything about current or future pregnancies. To date, there is no credible evidence that Zach Bates has hinted at multiple pregnancies, at least not in the literal sense. Most likely, any such claims stem from misunderstandings, playful banter, or overzealous fan interpretations. That said, Zach remains a beloved figure among bringing up Bates fans, and any development in his personal life is sure to generate excitement. Whether he's joking around with followers or sharing deeper reflections about his future, people are clearly invested in his journey. Until Zach himself confirms any major life changes, romantic or otherwise, it's best to enjoy his humor, appreciate his honesty, and keep an eye out for the real news when it comes. And who knows, maybe someday, Zach will indeed be the proud father of a growing brood, just like his dad before him. Speculation about reality TV stars is nothing new, and Zach Bates is no exception. With his charming personality and deep ties to a famously large family, every word he says can be interpreted in different ways. But until there's a clear, direct statement from Zach himself, or an official post from his social media accounts, fans should treat any rumors about multiple pregnancies with a healthy dose of skepticism. After all, in the world of bringing up Bates, laughter is often the best answer, and maybe that's exactly what this whole story is meant to be. Bringing up Bates. Michaela Bates' sudden disappearance worries fans. The Bringing Up Bates family has long captured the hearts of viewers with their large, tight-knit clan, rooted in strong Christian values, old-fashioned charm, and wholesome lifestyles. Among the many siblings in the Bates family, Michaela, often affectionately called Michaela or Michaela Keilen, after her marriage, has stood out as one of the most soft-spoken, nurturing, and kind-hearted members of the family. Her quiet strength and gentle nature made her a fan favorite. However, her sudden disappearance from social media and the broader public eye has left many followers worried and speculating about her well-being. Michaela was born as the second oldest child to Gil and Kelly Jo Bates, the matriarch and patriarch of the bringing up Bates family. Growing up in a home with 19 siblings, Michaela was often seen as a second mother to many of her younger brothers and sisters. From a young age, she radiated maturity, grace, and a deep spiritual commitment that deeply resonated with fans of the show. Unlike some of her siblings who thrived in the spotlight or embraced social media fame, Michaela remained more private. She was never flashy or attention-seeking, and her appearances on the show were often marked by humility and sincerity. Viewers watched her grow from a teenage girl helping with chores into a poised young woman pursuing nursing school, and eventually stepping into her role as a wife and aspiring mother. In 2015, Michaela married Brandon Keilen, a fellow devout Christian who shared many of her values. The wedding was celebrated both within the family and by viewers who had rooted for their love story. The couple seemed deeply in love, and fans expected them to soon follow in the footsteps of her parents and siblings by starting a family of their own. However, years passed without a pregnancy announcement. The Bates family, known for being extremely fertile and openly discussing children and parenting, remained largely silent about Michaela and Brandon's childless marriage. It wasn't until Michaela bravely opened up that fans learned the couple had been struggling with infertility. This revelation brought a wave of support. Michaela's courage in addressing such a personal issue resonated with many women facing similar challenges. In a culture where motherhood is often idealized and expected, especially within conservative Christian circles, Michaela's honesty was both groundbreaking and heartbreaking. It also gave fans deeper insight into her personal pain and internal strength. In recent months, however, fans have noted Michaela's marked absence from public appearances, family gatherings, and social media platforms. Her once regular updates have become rare or non-existent. She hasn't appeared in recent family photos or YouTube vlogs, and her own Instagram account has remained inactive. For longtime fans, this sudden silence is uncharacteristic and unsettling. While the Bates family continues to maintain a public presence of sharing weddings, babies, birthdays, and holiday celebrations, Michaela's absence has become glaring. Concerned followers have taken to Reddit forums, Facebook fan groups, and comment sections to express their worry. Some speculate that Michaela may be going through a private health issue or emotional struggle. Others wonder whether the emotional toll of infertility and the constant pressure of public life have led her to step back entirely. A few have even suggested that she and Brandon might be facing marital difficulties, though there is no concrete evidence to support this claim. It's important to understand the unique pressures Michaela has faced as a member of a highly visible family. Growing up on television, her life was never entirely private. Even as an adult, with the show no longer airing new episodes, Michaela remains a public figure by association. Every decision she makes, from her appearance to her reproductive choices, is subject to scrutiny, questions, and commentary. For a woman struggling with infertility, this can be particularly painful. Each new baby announcement from her siblings, of which there have been many, likely brings joy, but also a deep, personal ache. Michaela has always supported her family with grace, often attending baby showers and welcoming new nieces and nephews with open arms, but fans can only imagine the emotional labor that takes. Stepping back from the public eye may be Michaela's way of creating a boundary to protect her mental and emotional well-being. It's also possible that she and Brandon are focusing on private healing, medical treatments, or new paths forward that they wish to explore without the pressure of public expectation. There's no official statement from Michaela or the Bates family confirming why she has retreated from social media, but the pattern suggests a deliberate choice. Many celebrities and influencers, especially those from large reality TV families, reach a point where the burden of visibility becomes too much. They choose to live quieter lives, reconnect with their values, and redefine happiness away from likes and followers. For someone like Michaela, deeply introspective, spiritual, and family-oriented, it would make sense to prioritize peace and healing over maintaining a public persona. Fans who respect her boundaries may have to accept that her public life is on pause indefinitely. That said, social media silence doesn't always mean something is wrong. It could also be a healthy decision made at the right time. We live in an age where constant online updates are often mistaken for signs of happiness and success, and absence is viewed as a red flag. Michaela may simply be choosing a different path, one that doesn't involve sharing every detail with the world. Though Michaela's own voice has been missing from the public conversation, the Bates family continues to post about their lives, and they occasionally reference Michaela in subtle ways. For instance, her siblings have mentioned receiving letters or gifts from her, indicating that she remains connected with the family behind the scenes. Some fans have noted that Michaela has always been the type to express her love in quiet ways through handwritten notes, thoughtful gestures, and acts of service. Just because she isn't posting photos doesn't mean she isn't involved or present in meaningful ways. Still, there is a growing hope among fans that the family will address the absence in a respectful and informative way, even if only to reassure viewers that Michaela is well and choosing privacy. Michaela's story touches on broader cultural themes that many women inside and outside religious communities can relate to. The struggle with infertility, the pressure to fulfill traditional gender roles, and the emotional weight of unmet expectations are deeply human experiences. For Michaela, who likely envisioned a future filled with children and family life, the reality has been far different. Navigating that dissonance under a public spotlight requires immense resilience. Her quiet disappearance may, in some ways, be a radical act of self-preservation in a culture that often demands vulnerability without offering true understanding. Her journey may also inspire deeper conversations about the roles women are expected to play, and how those roles are evolving. Whether Michaela returns to public life or not, her story has already made a lasting impact, bringing visibility to the pain of infertility and challenging the idea that worth is tied to motherhood. Even if Michaela never returns to bringing up Bates content or public platforms, her legacy continues. Fans remember her as the sister with a tender heart, the daughter who helped raise her siblings, the student who pursued a degree in nursing, and the wife who faced immense challenges with grace. Her strength lies not in how often she posts or appears on camera, but in the quiet, unwavering way she has lived her life. Michaela's disappearance may be mysterious, but it is also a testament to the fact that healing, growth, and change often happen in private. As fans continue to speculate, hope, and wonder, it is crucial to respect the boundaries that Michaela may be setting. Public figures, especially those who did not seek fame on their own terms, deserve the right to step away when they need to. The sudden disappearance of Michaela Bates from the public eye has undoubtedly left fans worried. Her silence speaks volumes in a world that constantly demands updates and engagement. But perhaps the best way to support her now is to let her be, to honor her privacy, to trust her choices, and to hope that whatever journey she's on, it leads her to peace, fulfillment, and healing. For those who have watched her grow over the years, Michaela's story remains a powerful reminder that not all growth is visible, and not all healing is shared online. Sometimes, the bravest thing a person can do is to step away, center themselves, and find their own way forward, far from the noise, and closer to what truly matters. Bringing up Bates' Lawson Bates' baby boy leaves fans in awe. In a world where reality TV families often find themselves under intense scrutiny, there are rare moments when genuine warmth and admiration take center stage. That's exactly what happened when Bringing Up Bates star Lawson Bates shared a heartwarming photo of his newborn baby boy. The image, simple yet profound, sent waves of awe and affection rippling through his fanbase, proving once again that some of life's most powerful moments are also its most intimate. To understand why the photo resonated so deeply, it helps to know who Lawson Bates is and the legacy he comes from. As one of the 19 children born to Gil and Kelly Jo Bates, Lawson was introduced to the world through the beloved UPtv series Bringing Up Bates. The show chronicled the lives of the Bates family, a Christian family in Tennessee, offering viewers a glimpse into a home filled with love, faith, and old-fashioned values. Over the years, fans watched Lawson grow from a curious teenager into a thoughtful young man, developing his talents, nurturing relationships, and pursuing a career in music. Though the show ended in 2021 after 10 successful seasons, the Bates family continues to attract attention through social media, where they share family milestones and faith-centered updates with an adoring audience. For longtime followers of the Bates family, Lawson's journey into marriage and fatherhood has felt like watching a younger brother grow up. His courtship and eventual marriage to Tiffany Espenson, an actress and social media influencer with shared faith values, was a celebrated chapter in the family's ongoing story. The couple announced their pregnancy with a sweet, spiritually grounded video, filled with emotional moments and excited anticipation. Fans rejoiced at the news, eager to see how this next chapter would unfold. True to their values, Lawson and Tiffany approached the pregnancy with a quiet grace, focusing on gratitude and God's guidance at each stage. As the due date approached, snippets of nursery preparation, doctor visits, and family gatherings filled their Instagram pages. Yet, the moment that truly captivated fans came with the arrival of their son. When Lawson posted the photo of his baby boy, it wasn't staged or overly curated. There was no bright lighting, no dramatic reveal, just a tender shot of a sleeping infant nestled in his father's arms, his tiny hands curled, his features delicate and perfect. The caption read simply, "Welcome to the world, son. We've prayed for you, dreamed of you, and now we finally get to hold you. God is so good." In less than an hour, the photo had gathered thousands of likes and heartfelt comments. Fans, many of whom have followed the Bates family for over a decade, were overwhelmed by emotion. They expressed admiration not just for the beautiful baby, but for the sincerity and humility Lawson displayed. "Look at that precious little angel. Lawson, you're going to be an amazing dad," one user commented. Another fan wrote, "This just brought tears to my eyes. I remember when you were a teen learning guitar on the show. Now here you are, holding your own baby boy. What a full circle moment." Some commenters were fellow parents, sharing their own experiences of that first overwhelming love that accompanies holding your child for the first time. Others, fans who had grown up watching Bringing Up Bates, expressed how deeply they felt connected to the family, even though they'd never met in person. "Seeing you grow up, fall in love, and now become a father, it's like watching a family friend. God bless your beautiful little boy," read one poignant message. What sets the Bates family apart from many reality TV stars is the consistency of their values. They have never shied away from discussing their Christian faith, and Lawson has often spoken about wanting to raise a family rooted in the same spiritual principles he grew up with. In a follow-up post a few days after the birth, Lawson shared a candid journal-style message reflecting on the weight of becoming a father. "I've never felt more responsibility or more joy. I look into his eyes and see a future I'm now accountable for. My prayer is that I can be the kind of father he'll look up to, the kind of man who always points him toward Christ." This sentiment resonated deeply with his followers. Many praised the way Lawson and Tiffany are prioritizing their faith in this new chapter of life. In a cultural climate often marked by polarization and controversy, this simple photo offered something rare, a universally human moment. There was no agenda, no promotion, just love, pure and unconditional. It's not often that the internet agrees on something, but the reactions to Lawson's baby photo were overwhelmingly positive. People from various backgrounds and beliefs found common ground in the shared beauty of new life. That unity, however brief, is part of why this moment felt so powerful. It reminded fans that in spite of all our differences, we're connected by the same tender milestones: the birth of a child, the start of a new life, and the awe that follows. Soon after the post went viral, members of the extended Bates family added their voices to the celebration. Proud grandmother Kelly Jo commented with a string of tearful emojis and a message, "My heart is bursting. What a gift from God. We are so in love already." Siblings offered similar sentiments, welcoming the newest member of the ever-growing Bates clan. Many fans noted how the family's closeness, once displayed weekly on television, still feels genuine and strong despite the show's conclusion. Even former Bringing Up Bates crew members chimed in, saying how honored they felt to have documented the family's journey over the years. "This moment makes all those filming days worth it," one former producer wrote. "Seeing you become a father, Lawson, it's a beautiful thing." Tiffany Espenson later posted her own tribute, capturing a softer side of the experience. Her photo, taken moments after the birth, showed her cradling the baby with tears in her eyes. The caption read, "There are no words, just love, just gratitude. Our little miracle is here." She went on to thank the medical team, their families, and their followers for their prayers and support throughout the pregnancy. Fans praised Tiffany's vulnerability, especially her willingness to show the emotional side of postpartum life. She received messages from mothers who had experienced both joyful and complicated births, thanking her for sharing a moment that felt raw and real. As Lawson and Tiffany settle into life with their newborn, fans are eager to see how parenthood shapes their future. Will there be more children down the line? Will they return to television, perhaps in a spin-off or documentary-style series? Or will they continue to share their journey through social media, one honest moment at a time? For now, the couple seems content to take things slowly. In a world driven by algorithms and urgency, they appear committed to savoring each moment. Diaper changes, sleepless nights, lullabies included. Lawson has hinted at returning to songwriting, this time with fatherhood as his muse. "I've always written about things close to my heart," he shared in a recent Q&A. "Now that includes lullabies and prayers for my son." If there's one takeaway from this heartwarming chapter in the Bates family saga, it's the reminder that some of the most powerful moments in life are also the simplest: a father holding his newborn son, a mother wiping away tears of joy, a family welcoming a new generation with open arms and open hearts. In an age where viral content often relies on shock or spectacle, Lawson Bates' baby photo stood out because it didn't try to impress, it simply told the truth. A new life had arrived, and for a moment, the world paused to celebrate something pure, hopeful, and deeply human.